Jeopardy has been a tentpole of American television. The series' unique answer format and unforgettable theme song are among the most recognizable facets of game shows. Throughout the years, we've seen many contestants come and go. In its 37-season run, there have been historic champions, student tournaments, and celebrity charity episodes. The show always welcomes new faces. However, the one face fans of the show are always accustomed to seeing is legendary host Alex Trebek. In his tenure, Trebek hosted more than 8,000 episodes. Unfortunately, his recent death was a blow to all Jeopardy fans. To honor his legacy, the show must go on. As it searches for a new leader, they've had a series of guests take a stab at hosting. This video will take a look at the different guest hosts and their Nielsen rankings. Keep watching as we take a look at which hosts are lined up for the future. Dr. Oz. Dr. Mehmet Oz was the fourth guest host for the game show. Dr. Oz is a cardiothoracic surgeon who has developed into a TV personality. He was a regular guest on the Oprah Winfrey Show, speaking on health and wellness. Ultimately, his segment spun off into a show of his own. Since 2009, the Dr. Oz Show has been a daytime television series where the host gives medical advice. Dr. Oz was the first guest for Jeopardy to have experience hosting a show. To that end, he seemed very comfortable. However, selecting him to host Jeopardy was met with some controversy. Oz has been criticized in the past for some outlandish claims and controversial medical recommendations. Some fans even called for a boycott of the show when Dr. Oz's guest stint was announced. To his credit, however, Oz is using the show as a way to raise money for his charity. The controversy could have played a role in Dr. Oz having the lowest Nielsen rating of all the guests. In his 2-week run, from March 22nd to April 2nd, he averaged a 5.1 rating. While no host is going to please all the fans, it's clear Jeopardy is going to have a tough decision to make for future hosts. Katie Couric. Katie Couric was the first guest to come from outside of the show's universe. Though she was the third person on the podium after Trebek, the first two judges played a previous role in the show. As a television journalist, Katie Couric is no stranger to being on air. In her career, she's racked up credits as part of CBS's Evening News, 60 Minutes, and Today. Couric had great timing for her stint as host. As the first woman to host Jeopardy, her premiere happened on International Women's Day. Katie Couric's 2-week stint as the host was met with mixed reactions. Some called her easily the best yet. Alternatively, many fans agreed the show should stick with one of the previous hosts. Like Dr. Oz, Couric is using the platform to raise money for charity. Jeopardy will match the winnings of the contestants and donate them to her organization, Stand Up to Cancer. As far as ratings go, Couric ranked 4th place. From March 8th to March 19th, she averaged a 5.5 Nielsen rating. Though she claimed the guest hosting gig was great fun, she pulled her name from contention as the show's permanent host. She claimed the hosting duties are rigorous to prepare for and don't provide much flexibility. While we won't be seeing her long-term, it was great watching the famed news pundit reveal the Jeopardy clues. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, make sure you give it a like and subscribe to FactsVerse if you haven't already. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, the MVP quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, is perhaps the strangest choice to host the game show. However, the NFL star is a longtime fan of the show and a previously winning contestant. Rodgers has not kept it a secret he wants to be the permanent host. To his credit, Rodgers impressed all the right people. Mike Richards, the producer of Jeopardy and guest host in his own right, was dazzled by Rodgers' performance. Richard claimed the Super Bowl winning QB prepared for the show in the same way he would get ready for a football game. He watched hours of tape and took notes on every aspect of the show. He said Aaron Rodgers was so prepared it was unbelievable. Throughout Rodgers' 2-week stint hosting the show, his showmanship improved every night. He was certainly impressive and the fans seemed to agree. Between April 5th through the 16th, Rodgers took 3rd place in the rankings with a 5.6 Nielsen score. Many crew members believe Rodgers was the best host so far. Mike Richards suggested if Aaron Rodgers gets the job, his second career could be more memorable than his first as a football player. Mike Richards. Richards has spent most of his career behind the scenes of television. Throughout his years, he has played a role in shows like The Price is Right, Let's Make a Deal, Wheel of Fortune, and Jeopardy. In that time, he's racked up 17 Emmy nominations. Though Richards is a pro behind the scenes, working in front of the camera is a whole different monster. As the second guest host, Richards claimed he did not have much time to prepare for the gig. He revealed he had only 3 days' notice to host. Beyond mastering the hosting duties, Richard also had to scramble around to get a wardrobe together for the 2-week gig. However, despite the short notice, Richards was terrific as the guest host. It seems his time working as a producer on the show helped. Many fans believe Richards was the best to date. The ratings also show his popularity. From February 22nd through March 5th, he posted the second highest ratings. His average Nielsen numbers were a 5.9. Ken Jennings. It makes sense for Jeopardy's greatest champion of all time to also be the first guest host selected for the show. Ken Jennings holds the longest win streak of all time with 74 wins. Furthermore, he was recently crowned the Jeopardy GOAT when he beat James Holzhauer and Brad Rutter in a tournament of champions. As a contestant, he's won more than $4.5 million on the show. Needless to say, Jennings has a pretty good idea how the show works. He used some of this knowledge and his longtime friendship with Alex Trebek and channeled it into his hosting duties. His stint of guest hosting was a smashing success. Fans claimed he had wit, intelligence, and charm to do justice to the show. As such, Jennings holds the highest rating so far of any guest host. In his 2-week run, he averaged a 6 in the Nielsen rankings. Jennings said, "Sharing this stage with Alex Trebek was one of the greatest honors of my life." Jennings filmed 30 episodes of the show, so we'll be seeing him again even if he doesn't get the full-time job. Current and upcoming hosts. It looks like the guest carousel will continue for a little while before a full-time host is determined. Taking over for Aaron Rodgers is CNN News host and 60 Minutes correspondent Anderson Cooper. Like Rodgers, Cooper is a longtime fan of the series. He's even won the show twice as a celebrity guest. Cooper is calling the hosting duty a dream come true. Next, Jeopardy has scheduled Cooper's colleague from 60 Minutes, Bill Whitaker. Following Whitaker will be Big Bang Theory actress and neuroscientist Mayim Bialik. However, producers aren't just selecting the hosts behind closed doors. They're also listening to the fans. After a petition for LeVar Burton to host the show reached 250,000 signatures, Jeopardy booked him. He's an actor known for his tenure on Roots, Star Trek The Next Generation, and The Reading Rainbow. Burton suggested he would love to host the show, and he looks forward to making the fans proud. Joe Buck, Buzzy Cohen, Savannah Guthrie, and several others are already lined up to guest host as well. Now it's time to hear from you. Who do you believe was the best guest host on the series so far? And who would you like to see take a crack at hosting Jeopardy? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to FactsVerse if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.